Right, so here we are after several months of development and hair pulling. We can hopefully finally answer the question, is there life after Blackboard? And there's our old friend there, the login screen for Blackboard, with icons going off to the various college services. Now, in a somewhat tenuous homage to the film Jaws, you're going to need a better VLE. And hopefully that VLE is going to be Moodle, which I think is going to be a serious contender for Blackboard's replacement in 2015, and hopefully you'll agree with me at the end of this presentation. Right, so here we are. Situation: for strategic reasons, the college's online learning delivery via Blackboard is to be phased out at the end of this academic year, and this is because its licence expires towards the beginning of August. Now, the target is to have in place by September, or hopefully before, a viable replacement delivering an equivalent or superior standard of online learning relative to the Blackboard benchmark, and we'll see what that is later on. So the criteria for success: it's got to be delivered on time and within budget. All software, hardware and external integrations have been tested. It's got to be stable and operational in a secure environment. It's got to be available for remote and mobile use. So usability and material support have got to be tested by all user types, and any user feedback is then collated and any issues resolved. Support materials have got to be created. Training delivery has got to be completed. All relevant staff have got to be trained and hopefully confident. And finally, this Blackboard benchmark equalled or exceeded.
Moodle is a free online learning management system that enables educators to create their own private website filled with dynamic courses that extend learning anytime, anywhere. You can install Moodle for free on your own server or ask a Moodle partner to help set up a site for you. Once it's running, you can easily create online courses using our hundreds of built-in features. Upload your content, add gradable assignments and quizzes, and then add collaborative activities like forums, wikis or glossaries to make online learning scalable, effective and fun. Because our code is truly open source, you can further tailor your site with a huge variety of community-produced plugins or create your own new features. The Moodle platform is robust with over 10 years of development behind it. And today, more than 70,000 universities, corporations and schools in over 200 countries and 100 languages trust Moodle for their online learning needs. Moodle, powerful free tools to help you educate the world.
So, here's the current Blackboard login that we all know, and this is using its basic installation theme, the vaguely branded version in Moodle 2.7.2. Moodle now has been upgraded to 2.8, and that's in a stable format. As you can see, we've got the same icons going off to the college services. We've also got these grade blocks around the side. Now these can be moved anywhere you like over the screen. Just for added effect, we've got the college Twitter feed put in a block, and also the Vocalize app, which some people are hopefully going to use for staff comments and use it as a forum for users. Now in this theme, we can have drop-down menus such as video and audio links for students and staff. Now if we just go through the administration login, you can see same various blocks, but the two you want to look at are the top right hand corner. There's student links and staff links, because one of the key things we need to look at is to make sure that different types of users see content that's relevant to them. Now you can see here I can go in and look at all the users who are on the system, and I can actually log in as one of the students. Now I'm going to choose Ben because he very kindly has been testing out the Moodle installation in his role as a teacher at the college. He's got one of his courses up here, and he's been putting media up and testing it and see if he likes it, and it seems to be quite positive feedback at the moment. So we can go in as him and we'll see what he sees, and you can see that he can just see the staff only block, not the student one. Now that's his course, or part of it. Now what we can also do is we can find a student, in this case a Leah Jones, who's got a student network account, and she's also enrolled on hairdressing course there. And you can go in, and here you can see that she can only see a block that's pertinent to students. So we've managed to replicate that behaviour that you've got in Blackboard in Moodle. This is the content of her course, currently empty. So we've also got it now integrated into our Helix video server setup. You can actually insert Helix media directly from the editor that you have in your course by clicking on the highlighted icon. That then gets you through to the Helix library, and you can go in and choose a video, insert it, etc. Now the one thing that we would need if we went to Moodle is the media server would have to be upgraded to version 3. We're currently on version 2, but version 3 is available under our current license, which doesn't expire as far as I know in the next few months. Right, now using a tool called the file picker from within Moodle, you can actually add files from various network repositories that we've got, such as the service provided by Aquella. We can choose a file from there and install it for upload, or we can just drag or drop it from USB drives or from network locations. We've also got Moodle completely integrated over a secure connection with Turnitin now, so that we can actually create Turnitin submissions online from Moodle just as we can with Blackboard. And now we've also got it with mobile. Moodle comes with an app that you can have on Apple iPods, iPads, etc. and Android smartphones. And we've got it so that it'll launch, it will recognise you've got a network account, it'll pick out your enrolments. It's compatible with those devices, I said, and it's now in place with the college network. That's on the COBC Wi-Fi system at the moment, but it can also be made available over the bring your own device Wi-Fi that all students can log onto with their phones and iPads, etc. As you can see, it's got its own theme. These themes can be changed to have a college branding and format. It's also got extra features in Moodle. It's an open source software system, which means there's literally millions of people putting together scripts and contributing bits to the finished product. Some institutions are making their own blocks and course formats, generating reports. There's plugins for using various media types. And basically there's this massive support community spread across the thousands of academic and also commercial institutions that are now using Moodle for training and staff development. So it's got hundreds of additional features and plugins, such as activities and blocks and themes. These are available for free. They come with regular updates, and you can also contact the people who've actually developed these things. Got multiple documents can be uploaded from cloud-based file storage. Staff can have extra functionality added to their courses with external tools, workshops, instant secure messaging to other tutors. Each user can have a personalised dashboard displaying their courses, messages and tasks. We can also publish courses directly to the web for sharing with other institutions or employers. So we could tailor some courses specifically for the employers that we attract. We can tailor the look of the courses with them and work with them on how they want them set up, that sort of thing. We can also import publicly available courses that come from Moodle.org that have been put up by institutions such as JISC and other government educational establishments. We can also develop our own plugins and mobile apps and collaborate with other institutions in development. And a good thing that Moodle offers is that they have these things called sandboxes, which basically all the latest Moodle versions and all their features have, where you can actually, I think it's for about 30 minutes, you can play with whatever feature you want on a virtual Moodle and just see how it would actually work, how you install it, and if you can get it working with your system. So you don't actually have to sit there, install it on a test box, and then find out that it doesn't work or that it's upset something else that you've got in your installation. Now Moodle, good thing about that system as opposed to Blackboard is that the themes there's hundreds of themes that you can download. We've got drop down menus, you can change the colours, you can change the text file size, lots and lots of things that are available. They're all customizable. You can design them in-house if you want to, or you can download the free templates and then modify those. We can brand them to any college corporate logos that you want. There's also mobile versions that are built specifically for iPads and smartphones so that you get the best handling of content on those systems. And also they've got ones that are more compatible for people who've got visual and learning difficulties, so that they can have large text sizes, different types of font, or different mixtures of colour if they have problems with colour blindness, etc. Now we've got Moodle in the cloud. So the cloud, what is the cloud? Well, basically it's massive online file storage that's offered by various hosts, either for free or for subscription. You've got ones such as Google Drive, Picasa, Flickr, YouTube, you've got OneDrive, Wikipedia, Dropbox, iClouds. There's just hundreds of these things now. And one thing we could do, for example, which we've done with Google Drive, is you can actually set up free accounts with Google, and you get free Google Drive storage and access to Picasa and various other Google-sponsored services. All of these can be integrated securely into Moodle, so you can upload your files by drag and drop in some cases from an online repository on your device, such as an iPhone. This obviously will save storage space on our network because it's all stored in the cloud. So here we go, we've got the file picker in the editor in Moodle has got a link to Google Drive. I can go into my Google Drive, choose a document and import that. Similarly, I can go to Picture on my Picasa, select that for upload. And also, an interesting thing that's only just come out is its integration with Microsoft Open Technologies. Now, Microsoft Open Technologies is a free version of Microsoft Office. Or when I say free, I think it's free for personal use, but for corporates, institutions, you pay a subscription, and it's the basic Office applications that you can use online and produce documents and Excel spreadsheets. Now we can integrate those directly into Moodle, and this has just come online literally in January of this year. So for example, instructors using their online Microsoft Office can, from any device, produce PowerPoints, say, and then pull them straight into Moodle. Now Blackboard does not have this facility outside of the US at the moment, So this is literally hot off the presses. So how do we do relative to this Blackboard benchmark that we've been talking about? Well, Moodle is awaiting deployment, so we haven't quite matched that, but it is operable in a secure HTTPS environment. It's stable, it's available remotely and on mobile devices. It's got apps for smart devices, such as Android and iPods, etc. It's totally integrated with the Pro Solution desktop application, and support staff can set up curriculum for online courses. All the course enrolments are actually synced with Pro Solution almost in real time, so users can log on and see their courses almost immediately. And all student accounts, in fact, as you'll see, staff accounts as well, are created immediately. So if you haven't got an account on the VLE, all you need to do is log in with your network account and you get an account created straight off. So, as discussed, staff can log on, not wait 24 hours, but instant account creation. Users can be restricted to various features depending on their role. We saw that earlier on. It's integrated with the Quella Turnitin and the video server. It's a completely customizable website, so virtually any look is possible. Teachers can customize the format and look of the courses, or users can be directly impersonated by administrators. It'll handle all SCORM compliant factory media that we've developed in-house. We've got faster Pro Solution integration, so account creation should reduce requests for support even further than we've seen. It's a free system. It's got online and telephone community, or you can actually contract yourself with a Moodle partner, and we'll see what those organisations do the next slide. Now, just an example of the free online or telephone community. Basically, I spent, or it would be a couple of weeks working with a team in Portugal who developed the mobile application because we were having quite a lot of trouble getting that working with our system. They were absolutely fantastic. We sort of had online chats and managed to sort out the problem. So now we can just launch the app. You've logged in once, it remembers all your details and got instant access to your courses over your iPad, etc. Now it's got third-party user groups who offer offer updates and advice. It can be subscribed to by any technical staff. On-site training courses are available commercially from Moodle partners. Now, obviously it hasn't been released, we haven't had the staff trained, so they're not going to be confident about using it, so that's another part that we've failed to reach the Blackboard benchmark on. Now, Moodle partners are accredited companies who are actually affiliated with Moodle.com, and they provide hosting, consulting and development support. There's 5 of them based in the UK, and you can see these are these people here. They all offer bespoke solutions. You've got costs available on request. They'll do anything from hosting, technical support and training, or a combination of those available in bundle packages. So, the current cost of Blackboard, well, in July 2012, we had a 3-year renewal contract that was signed off for Blackboard Learning Enterprise Community System and Mobile. It is internally hosted and maintained. We've got the ticketed online help desk support from Blackboard if we need it, and occasional telephone support. And as mentioned before, the license expires on the 11th of August 2015. And you can see from the figures, basically if you work it all out, it's a total cost of £119,254 with an average annual cost of £39,751 to keep it over the 3 years. Now, potential Moodle costs. This is working with eLearn Design, who are one of the UK Moodle partners. For 1,500 concurrent users, got various options. You can have remote hosting, where they'll put it on a Windows server. They'll offer Moodle support for security, corruption and updates, technical advice, all that sort of thing. Or we could host it ourselves and have our IT team provide support. And what we could pay the partner to do is then provide remote access, developmental support, and also setup. Or we can have hosting ourselves, we can set it up ourselves, we've got our own IT support, and we can ask for remote support from the Moodle partner if we require it. So if we look at those three packages and the various options they present to us, assuming the prices remain consistent for 3 years, the packages would cost a total of either £118,080, £22,050 or £8,640 respectively. So this represents a saving over Blackboard of not very much, 0.98% or 81.5% or 92.75%. Or if we don't go with the Moodle partner at all, we just rely on ourselves covering all the infrastructure, future development and training and support, it is actually free. So next steps. The executive have got to look at what we've done, decide, do we want to replace Blackboard with Moodle, or have they got some other option in mind? If we're going to go with a Moodle partner, who we're going to go with, who we're going to contract with, and the hosting solution that we'd want, either on-site or hosted by them. Depending on the hosted solution, we'd either look at the live system and key external integrations, including mobile, installed using documented procedures and tested by IT and MIS by the end of March 2015. We want the system to release to the training team so they can generate materials and also do functionality testing and documentation by April 2015. Directors of Learning, curriculum leaders given access and training to actually put in the curriculum structure via Pro Solution by May 2015. Testing completed with selected users of all roles, their feedback collated and training modified accordingly by the end of by the end of May 2015. And finally, the system released and training given to all user roles from June 2015 for content migration, etc. from Blackboard. Now, one of the big asks as far as teaching staff is going to be concerned is, how do I get all my content, my course, over from Blackboard to Moodle? Now, going from Blackboard to Moodle versions 2 and above, there is no direct conversion tool for going between the two systems. Ideally what we want is to take all the stuff that's in someone's Blackboard course, all their content, Word documents, etc., keep the course structure there, and just take it across into Moodle, bang, at the touch of a button. Unfortunately, the way Blackboard puts courses together when you are going to export it, or try and export it into another system, is that it keeps materials there, but it also puts in a whole lot of other data files, and that scuppers any import into Moodle or other VLEs, so you can't take the structure and format of the course. But to ease transition, MIS have developed a resolution for this, where what we can do is, for all the existing Blackboard courses they want to take across, we can strip out all the additional data files at the touch of a button by this new system we've come up with. All the course materials are exported automatically into zip files, and then we can either supply them to the staff or import them into Moodle courses for the staff. But, this is the proviso, staff would be responsible for organising the course structure, because obviously that's all curriculum based, and on the support side of things we have no idea what they want to do with that.